is the perfect addition.
Welcome back to the Spanish Club. Today we're on lesson number 5. Lección número 5. Lección número 5. So we have a picture of a mom and a dad. So in Spanish that becomes mamá y papá. Mamá y papá. Wonderful. So we move on to category 10 of the English words, the ones we're converting to Spanish, of course. So we're looking at words that end with an RY in English. So to convert them from English to Spanish, we change the RY to an RIO. Okay? So for instance, the canary becomes el canario. So we change the RY to an RIO, and the becomes el. So we have el canario. El canario. Great. So let's look at these words here. They've been converted from English to Spanish. So we have aniversario. Aniversario stands for anniversary. Contrario, contrary. Necesario, necessary. Extraordinario, extraordinary. Literario, literary. Diccionario, dictionary. Imaginario, imaginary. Itinerario, itinerary. Involuntario, involuntary. Great. So we move on to category 11. And then now we're dealing with words that end with an EM or an AM. Okay? So if the word ends with an EM in English, we change the EM to an EMA. So we're simply adding the letter A to the word and it becomes a Spanish word. Similarly, when it ends with an AM, we add an A to the word and it becomes a Spanish word. Okay? So we have el programa. El programa. The program. El telegrama. The telegram. El cablegrama. The cablegram. El problema. The problem. El poema. The poem. El sistema. The system. We'll move on to words to remember. And please write this down. It's very important. Un amigo. A friend. Un amigo. La fiesta. La fiesta. The party. Esta mañana. Esta mañana. This morning. Esta tarde. Esta tarde. This afternoon. El cine. El cine. The movies. El teatro. El teatro. The theater. A. To. A la. To the. Al. To the. Right. So the difference is a la is for feminine words, feminine nouns. Right? And al is for the masculine. And it is a contraction. What that means is it's supposed to be a el to the, but then see the two vowels meeting here. And this even happens in French as well. So we take the E off, then we put the A and the L together. So we get al, which means to the, okay? So it's just a contracted version of a el, okay? So we have an example here. We have al cine. So it should be a el cine, but then we use the contracted version of this. And this is acceptable, okay? This you wouldn't hear that much of in conversations, okay? So we have al cine, to the movies. Esta noche, this night or tonight. Roberto, Robert. Su mamá, your mother. A la fiesta, to the party. Wonderful. So we have invite. Remember, invite with accent at the top. Invité, I invited, past tense. Okay, so when you see this bar at the top, it's usually in past tense. Okay, so visité, I visited. I visited. No invité, I didn't invite. No visité, I didn't visit. Invitó usted? Did you invite? So the O is for other people and the E is for yourself. Okay? So when you're speaking to somebody, you use the O. When you're speaking about yourself, you use the E. Okay? So invitó usted? Did you invite? Visitó usted? Did you visit? Invite a Roberto. Invite a Roberto. You might be asking, why is there an A in there? Okay, so what you have to know is when you're dealing with proper nouns or people, you need to put an A in there. People especially. You need to add an A to it. Okay? So invite, you think it should be invite Roberto. I invited Robert. Then since we're dealing with a human being, okay, so we need to add an A in there. So it becomes invite a Roberto. Always remember that. So I invited Robert. Visite a Roberto. I visited Robert. Okay? So we have a conversation here. ¿Invitó usted a su mamá al cine? ¿Invitó usted a su mamá al cine? Did you invite your mother to the movies? Sí, invité a mi mamá al cine. Yes, I invited my mother to the movies. ¿Invitó usted a un amigo al cine? ¿Invitó usted a un amigo al cine? Did you invite a friend to the movies? Sí, invité a un amigo al cine esta noche. Sí, invité a un amigo al cine esta noche. Yes, I invited a friend to the movies this night or tonight. ¿Invitó usted a un amigo al teatro? Did you invite a friend to the theater? Sí, invité a un amigo al teatro. Sí, invité a un amigo al teatro. Yes, I invited a friend to the theater. ¿Invitó usted a un amigo a la clase esta mañana? ¿Invitó usted a un amigo a la clase esta mañana? Did you invite a friend to the class this morning? Sí, invité a un amigo a la clase esta mañana. Yes, I invited a friend to the class this morning. ¿Invitó usted al profesor a su casa esta noche? ¿Invitó usted al profesor a su casa esta noche? So really, so we have al here. So usually it should be invitó usted a el profesor. But then we have the a and the il, so we have to contract them. That's how come we get the al profesor a su casa esta noche. Did you invite the professor or the teacher to your house? Su casa, your house, tonight. Sí, invité al profesor a mi casa esta noche. Yes, I invited the professor or the teacher to my house tonight. ¿Invitó usted a Roberto a su casa? ¿Invitó usted a Roberto a su casa? Did you invite Robert to your house? Sí, invité a Roberto a mi casa. Yes, I invited Robert to my house. ¿Invitó usted al profesor a la fiesta? Did you invite the professor or the teacher to the party? Sí, invité al profesor a la fiesta. Yes, I invited the professor to the party. ¿Visitó usted al profesor esta mañana? Did you visit the professor this morning? Sí, visité al profesor esta mañana. Yes, I visited the professor this morning. ¿Visitó usted al presidente en la Casa Blanca? ¿Visitó usted al presidente en la Casa Blanca en Washington? Did you visit the president in the White House? So, La Casa Blanca is the White House. Casa is house, and Blanca is white. So, did you visit the president in the White House in Washington? In Washington. Okay. No, no visité al presidente en la Casa Blanca in Washington. In Washington. That's how they pronounce it sometimes. No, no visité al presidente en la Casa Blanca in Washington. No, I didn't visit the president in the White House in Washington. So we have a sentence forming exercise here. Okay, so as always, we take a phrase or a word from column 1, from column 2, and column 3, and then we'll put them together to make meaningful sentences. Okay, so for example, you have invito usted a mi mamá al teatro? Did you invite my mom to the theater? Okay, let's try another one. No invite a un amigo a mi casa. No invite a un amigo a mi casa. I didn't invite a friend to my house. Okay, so you can pause this video, take a look at each column, and try making sentences out of them. At least you can make 5 sentences. Okay, so you can take a pause and look at the words and make out the sentences. Very important. Okay, so we have first exercise and we have another one down here. Okay, so let's try one from this side. Visité usted a Roberto esta mañana. Visité usted. It's supposed to be O actually, because when you're speaking to somebody, well, it could be O or E. It depends. We should know the difference. Okay, so visité usted means did I visit? Okay, but this was definitely a typo. Okay, so this should be visitó usted. Did you visit Robert this morning? Okay, visité a mi papá esta tarde. Visité a mi papá esta tarde. I visited my dad or father this afternoon. Okay, so you try a answer these. Next is exercise and translation. Okay, as always, our job is to translate the English sentences into Spanish sentences. Make sure you write these down. Very important. Okay, so the first question we have: I invited my mother to the movies. I invited. It's in the past tense, and that becomes invité. Invité. My mother is mi mamá to the movies. We have al cine. Al cine. So put together we get invité a mi mamá al cine. Invité a mi mamá al cine. Don't forget the a when you're dealing with the people. Okay? So you do that from 1 to 12. Okay? So you pause the video. You work it out from 1 to 12. Okay? And when you're done, you can pause this and check your answers. Alright? It's okay if you don't get everything correct. Okay. So you pause the video and confirm your answers. Okay. Okay, so that's it for lesson number 5. Lesson number 5. Okay. Until next time, adios.